Steady, are you ready?
Are you ready?
What's going on?
It's Dirty Die.
Dirty Diana.
DJ Dirty Die.
DJ Dirty Die.
Dirty Shows.
Dirty Die, get it lit, baby. It's the Dirty Show. Yeah.
See, it's the Dirty Show, where you go to get familiar. For the culture, such a pillar and a winner. If you didn't know, now you know. DJ Dirty Die provide the ill vibe, diving deeper inside to lives of enterprise of dope minds. Blending mainstream with what's on the rise. Well known for the spins, let this be the next on replay. My DJ is dirty, respect the CJ. Hey.
Yo, it's your girl DJ Dirty Die. Hashtag my DJ is dirty, and we are back with another episode of the Dirty Show. And this time, y'all, I'm super excited because I have a CJ up here. Y'all know it's all about respect the CJ. I met this young lady DJing one night, and she had dope vibes. So we have Miss JoFroxi in the building. How are you, darling?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So after I met you, I went and scanned your Instagram, and your daughter is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful daughter.
Thank you.
But what I really enjoyed and what I seen, and I posted it on Respect the CJ page, is you have you're doing DJ lessons.
Yes.
So what made you want to do DJ lessons?
I get asked all the time.
I've
always, like for the past 7 years, a few women would come up to me and they would ask me, like, can you teach me? Do you have a studio? But I never had a studio at the time because I traveled so much. So I'm just like, I don't know how I could do that, and I'm still trying to build my own brand. So that just might be something that I'll have to do later. You know, once I'm in that phase where I feel like, okay, now I'm comfortable sharing what I've learned with people.
Right. So how long have you been doing DJing?
7 years.
Yes. Okay. Lucky number 7. I love the number 7.
That's my number. That's my life path number too.
Yes, that's super dope. So 7 years. Where did you start DJing at?
I started in Norfolk.
In Norfolk. So you're from Virginia?
Pretty much. I was born in Queens, New York, but I moved here when I was 10 to Hampton.
Okay.
And then I went to ODU for 4 years, 3-4 years. And Norfolk, Virginia Beach is where I started. That's where I grew. This is home.
Oh, wow. So, that's super dope.
New York is my other home, but this is where I found myself. It's where I tapped into my creativity, and I connected with the right people, and we just, just had fun, just doing what we do. Throwing parties, having really, different types of events than what we're going on. So I always just come back home.
Yes.
I leave, I come back, I leave, I come back. So, yeah.
That's super dope. So what made you say, I want to be a DJ?
Man, that was my first trip to Trinidad.
Okay, so what do you mix with?
Trinidadian.
Okay, I was going to say what's
African.
Oh, I love your accent. You're so beautiful. Yes, honey. Don't be shy. Show your beautiful smile. I love your voice. Girl,
Thank you.
Yes, I can hear
it. I love your voice.
So you was in Trinidad, and what happened?
Yeah, so I went to Carnival for the first time, where they wear the little costumes.
Yes, I always wanted to go.
Ooh, I was like, oh my God, this is, I cried when I got off the plane when I landed for the first time. I think my connection to my roots, I felt it so strongly because I was conceived there. I was born in New York 2 weeks later when my family immigrated here. So I think just my connection to home, that's what I was yearning for. And then when I experienced Carnival, I was like, I want to DJ. I want to be on the truck. I want to wear the costume.
Yes.
You don't see that. You don't see women doing that. So I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta bring that sound. I gotta learn soca, how to DJ soca, and bring it back to the States because this energy is what's needed here.
Yes.
It's so uplifting. It's so positive and vibrant, and everybody who hears it for the first time loves it.
Yes. So do you play majority soca?
A little bit, depending on the party. If I'm home, I'll blend it in with a little bit of house, a little bit of hip hop, R&B.
Okay.
Just so they could get a vibe. But if it's an actual Caribbean party, then I'm playing straight soca.
Okay.
And I'm jumping around, wilding out.
Yes.
that's me. It's just...
So if anybody looking for a soca DJ, because people don't realize that we as CJs, we have different genres of music that we can play. We have a lot to offer. And I didn't know you play soca. I'm over here I'm ready to come to a party. I'm excited. Yeah. So what is the biggest challenge for you being a CJ in the man's world?
I would say, like, typical, you know, them looking at you like you're just pretty and you can't play, and that's how you got your gigs. That's how,
they always
that's how you went on tour or got certain opportunities. So it's just like, it was getting through a lot of that. I think I had to learn, you know, my worth.
Right.
Like, you know, the other lady mentioned, it's like, it's something that took time to develop, where I realized, like, I'm not just going to settle for less. I'm going to, you know, let you know this is my price and this is why. And you'll see why once you see me perform. Like, this is an actual performance.
Right.
And over time, like, people started respecting me more, and I built rapport with different people to where it's just like, I'll either work with you or I'm not, depending on how you treat me.
Exactly.
So
because it's an energy thing, too.
Yeah. Certain times I wanted to quit. I wanted
Really?
to quit just because there was this one DJ who really, like, tried to play me. Like, this guy in New York, I remember. I'm not even gonna, like,
you don't have to say his name right here,
but it just made me feel so defeated. Like, it's already so much competition there, and just made me feel like I was just another girl DJ that just looks good and gets gigs and is trying to make it. And it discouraged me because I was also in a bigger city and I wasn't home, and I was starting over again in a sense. And ever since then, I kept going. You know, I kept just learning and developing my tools and making sure that you know, you're getting way more than what you ever thought with me. So, yeah, I got to a point where I was just like, fuck it.
Right.
Like, no, I know who the fuck I am. And every time I come back home, it's like, no, this.
Yeah, because sometimes you
I
be
know who I
humble
am.
and you like, I'll do it. You know, and then it's like, no,
Maybe
fuck
I'm
that.
not that-
Nigga, I've been on stages. I didn't know for celebrities. Like, do you know who the fuck I am?
Exactly.
Like, and then it's like they looking at you crazy because they never even did their research to find out who you were in the first place.
Right.
They just
Or they
look
just
at you
hating.
as another
They're on the sidelines hating, just like, well, we gotta, you know, I understand men have it harder because now you got these beautiful women who are so creative and killing it, and we gotta work 10 times harder just to get that gig. So I get it. I feel for them too, but don't shit on us.
Y'all been rocking for years.
Don't shit on us. Give us a chance.
Yeah,
Give us a
and
chance
it's a lot of CJs that's better than the guys too, but you know they would never say that. And it's a lot of homie booking. I call it homie booking.
That's true. That's all I get.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course you're getting all your gigs. Your homie booking you. It's the homie booking. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I know all my gigs have been word of mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know none of these people.
Mine
it's the
too.
difference. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mine
what I'm
is
saying?
literally both. It's homies, but then it's word of mouth. So
Right.
It, like, just travels.
Exactly.
But I have, like, my same, you know, it's like,
Same
I guess
clients.
it's like, who's like mostly my homies.
So what else do you do as a DJ? Do you throw parties? Because I know once you become a DJ, we start to venture out and do other things. So what other things do you do that involves music that you enjoy?
Aside from the lessons I just started, I have my own monthly party called 2 Up 2 Down.
Okay.
In Norfolk at Slow Dive.
Oh, I've never been to Slow Dive.
You gotta come. What you mean?
I definitely gotta come because, you know, salute to my homie Marv P, but he be having events there. I seen it, and then they had showed something. I was like, man, it look kind of cool in there.
It's a dope spot. It's like an art gallery too.
Okay, okay.
If anyone's ever been to Work Release in Norfolk, like if you
I've been to Work Release before when they used to have
owners.
events there. Okay,
so it's like a mini version. It's smaller, but it's a vibe. Yeah.
So what days do you do the 2 Up? How often do you do that again?
Every first Fridays.
First Fridays. I gotta come check you out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. I love CJs, and I just because when I first started DJing, I was like, dang, is it any? I wanted to be a DJ because I didn't think we had any out here. I didn't know where they were.
I would go and listen, and I'm like, I was always the girl at parties dancing, but also behind the DJ
That's
booth watching.
Yes.
So I'm like, how does he do that? Because I've grown up listening to music my whole life and listening to mixes. You know, the mixtapes in Queens.
Right.
Like,
yes.
they would
DJ
have them.
Ron G.
My mom would get them, and I'm just like, how do you do that? So once my friend taught me how to do it, I was like, oh my God, like I really need to put out my first mix now and just really do this. And all my friends are DJs, so they would throw me on gigs, and I'm like shaking, nervous.
That's lit.
But that's how I got my start. It's like,
that's so awesome.
He'd be like, it was Gabe Niles who actually taught me, but he would go on his little pee breaks or Like, just, smoke a cigarette real quick. And he'd be like, take over. So I'm like, what? You put
Right,
me on the spot this
right.
big event? Like, what?
That's super dope, though, because he knew he wasn't intimidated. He let you rock out. Like, I like to be around those type of guys. Like,
and he's mad chill. Yeah, like, people to this day be like, yo, she better than you.
Yeah.
But he still don't feel away because we have our own styles. So
Right.
we're both dope in our own way.
That's super dope. That's super dope. So, you're a mom, too.
Yes.
How is it being a mom and a DJ? Do you book your gigs around being a mom, or how do you make it work?
Yeah, so this is something new for me. I'm still trying to figure out. But I'm starting to feel like I'm living a double life. It's like, it's like two sides of me. It's like JoFroxi is this wild party girl, and then Jaleesa is like this natural, holistic mom who's, just in sweatpants, chilling all day with my daughter and playing and being goofy. But it's still all me. It's my personality. So she loves music too. I play music at home, and she loves it. But yeah, like it's super challenging because I'm constantly torn between home life and wanting to be as much of a stay-at-home mom as I can, and also just continuing like pursuing my career for her, for us.
Right.
So it's really hard, but I make sure that any opportunity that I take, like, it's worth it. And it's definitely better than having a 9-to-5 because I couldn't do it.
Right.
I couldn't do it before her, and I definitely can't be away. I can't. My heart is like, I need to be home with her.
Right.
Because I'm miserable out there. I'm a creative. I'm an artist. That's just me. So it's like, man, having a 9-to-5 always been a struggle for me. So I would usually do just part-time gigs, and then just doing my gigs for the past, decade, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My art, I used to paint. I started as a painter. I started doing photography.
Okay.
Shooting events, my friends' events. Then I started painting, selling all my paintings, making bow ties, serving at my family's restaurant when they had it. It was called Island Flavors here in Hampton. And then I started DJing, and I was just like, oh, this is it. This is me. Yeah, like.
So do you still make bow ties on the side? Damn, you should have been the bow tie DJ. That would have been crazy dope. A female bow tie DJ, yo. I make my own bow ties. Like, I would have used that shit as part of my DJ promotion. The bow tie DJ, yo. Straight up.
People call
all
me
the flavor bow ties I would have had. You know how Janelle Monáe, she rock her black and white with. I would have been rocking fly ass suits.
I sold them on tour in 2017.
I want a fucking bow tie, man.
I was making them into.
Let me get a bow tie, yo. Let me get
I'm gonna make a
bow
personal
tie.
bow tie for you. I got you.
Damn, bow ties. That's unique. And you was paying on them. Bow tie.
I know, right? Like, who does that? I think about it.
Yo, bow tie DJ is fire.
No.
So how did you get the JoFroxi name?
How you go from that to
Cause we talking about the bow tie DJ, we talking about names. So let's get into JoFroxi. How did you come up with your name?
I can't with you.
I'm just saying, it was a nice segue.
Okay, let me calm down.
See, this what happens when the alcohol's in the system. You know what I'm saying? I just brung a little something so my guests could, loosen up a little. Because people be nervous when they come over here. But I'm like your cousin, I don't want to be auntie. But I like the way Lil Duval used auntie, so I'm auntie.
You're the auntie. Auntie B.
Yes, but back to JoFroxi.
Okay, so JoFroxi. So, it was a journey. I started... I have a tendency to tell long stories and just...
It's okay. It's okay.
So,
it's okay.
Basically, when I came back from Trinidad, I wanted to go by my middle name. So, I was DJ Jomanda first.
Okay.
So, my middle name's Jomanda. And then after a while, I didn't like that name anymore. So, my friends, they named me Frockstar because I had like a fro. I had a big fro, but then I cut it off. And when it started growing back, it was like a mohawk. So it was like a fro hawk.
Right.
So they was like frocks. They was just like like, they would joke like it was a box, fro box. So Froxstar came from that, and it was kind of a combination between like Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar games too.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
they'd be like Rockstar.
I like
So
that.
Froxstar came from that, and then I just didn't like the star part. I felt like it was just too like. I guess it's me being
Too
humble.
cheesy.
Like, I'm not a star, and it was kind of cheesy.
But you are, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, I'm gonna drop that, and I'm gonna make it shorter. I want it to be simpler for people. And I was like, I'm gonna just add the J-O, the first initials of my name, Jaleesa Osuna, to Froxy, and just keep it JoFroxi.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
no DJ, because I'm not just a DJ. And, you know, like, I want JoFroxi to be an arts and entertainment company. So I want to do more. I don't want to just be a DJ. So
Right.
I just changed everything. Changed all my handles.
To JoFroxi.
Mm-hmm.
I like JoFroxi.
Yeah, I kept it like that for the longest because I kept changing things. Kept changing the logo every time I cut my hair, grew it out, because I just felt like it was me as a human. I transform often. I'm not the same. I evolve. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm always evolving
Okay,
and shedding
Scorpio.
layers.
Freak Jane. That's all I know about Scorpios. And I say that to every Scorpio and they laugh just like that. Y'all freak Janks. They the freak Janks. When
I'm
your
a
birthday? You in
Capricorn, so it works.
October?
November.
November, okay.
21st.
Okay, November 21st. I think the November Scorpios, I know they're a little
You know,
nicer.
saggy, yeah. Not as dark.
Yeah, the
I have
October
my
ones are
moments
different.
where I'm like, okay, boots, black jacket, dark lipstick.
That's crazy. So what methods do you use to promote your businesses?
Just really pictures, and like I said, it's all word of mouth. So people who see me, or I probably don't promote enough.
That's
but
how I feel too.
I think it should be natural, like where the product sells itself, like Apple.
Exactly.
In a sense, they didn't really have advertisements. They don't bash other people. They just
them.
push like what my features are, what I'm good at, and if you fuck with me, you do or you don't.
Yeah, well, shit, the Chinese restaurants ain't even got no damn commercials.
That
And they
too.
they get into that bag.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So I
right.
feel you on that.
Mhm.
That's super dope.
But I
so,
need to do more promo. So,
I think I do too.
yeah.
Do you go? Do you do virtual events for people?
I have in the past, yeah.
Do you like doing
during COVID.
those as a DJ?
Not really. The only perk is that I could be home.
Right.
I'm a homebody.
Right.
But I miss being social. Like, COVID was hard because I missed going out, meeting people, hearing the music loud. Like, it's just different. Yeah.
It's definitely different. So let me ask you this: tapping into everything you didn't tap to, do you still do photography too, or is just strictly DJing now?
Yeah, just strictly DJing with a little bit of art. And I have a health and wellness business now.
Oh, well, damn! I have a health and wellness I totally forgot about.
Because I'm like, should I keep it separate or like?
No,
what
it's
are
your
we gonna talk
businesses.
about?
It's,
Okay.
we talking about all of them.
Yeah.
You say you got DJ services,
Yeah.
bow ties, photography. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring the bow ties back because I mean.
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna put them on the website.
I would do that. You know, so this is me as a DJ,
Go with
right?
some merch.
So when COVID hit, I was doing a bunch of, it's definitely merch. Hell yeah. Put your name, JoFroxi, on the bow tie. I'm telling you right now, it's definitely merch, especially since you're an artist and you do art. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you draw on it. Girl, there's plenty of people out here that will bow ties.
Yeah, I sold like 40 of them on tour.
Yeah,
People
see?
were buying them, and I was selling mix CDs.
Oh,
selling, Masego's merch at the same time, and DJing for him. It was crazy.
Yeah, Masego is
Yeah.
super dope too.
Oh my God,
he
I'm
is
so
the whole
proud of him.
vibe. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's a different type of vibe.
Amazing.
Every time I ride home from a gig, I play to the house. That's my
It's so
that's my
like,
ride home music.
relaxing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Masego. You give me like really dope vibes. I'm really looking to
Thank
this
you.
first Friday, the 2 Up, 2 Down.
Oh, this Friday I'll actually be at Thank You Bar.
Well,
so that's
thank you,
another.
thank you. I haven't heard of none of these. Okay, so I'm older.
It's new.
I'm not gonna say I'm old.
Well, it's
No,
a new
the word
spot.
I use is seasoned.
Mhm.
I'm seasoned, so I don't know about the younger spots, you know. But I will come check you out.
Okay.
Because my daughter told me you was dope and you had good energy too. So
yeah, thank you.
I mean, that's like my best friend. So if she
Aw.
vouched for you,
That's so cute.
then So tell people where they can find you at.
You can find me at JoFroxi.com or really just like mostly IG. That's where I post everything. At JoFroxi. So JoFroxi.
Yes.
So yeah.
So make sure y'all follow. I'm just real big on Respect the SheJs, right? So I have a whole Respect the SheJ page, and that's where I shared your DJ lessons. Now, I done gave probably 2 people DJ lessons, but I don't consider them DJ lessons. I feel like I was teaching them, like, to me, a lot of people don't teach the basics, like organizing your music, marking your music.
Yes, that's what I want to touch on.
That is, to me, is the most important part of being a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what do you teach in your class?
So I just started, but that's what my mentors in New York had taught me, that they taught me a few fundamentals that I didn't really know when I first started. I just kind of took off and was just doing my own thing. But they kind of taught me how to just slow down and just take your time, blend things better, completely revamp my whole library. Like, it took months to get it straight.
Yes, because that's time
especially
for
with soca. Yeah, you have to do soca by year.
What?
By year, and then by like 3 different categories: by groovy, pace, or power, based on like the vibe. It's because it's based on the carnival. So I was just like, do I really want to be a straight soca DJ? So I rethought it, and I said, you know what, I don't fit in with them, but I'm gonna take what they taught me, and I'm like an Afro soca house DJ. I feel like that's me. So that's how I started. So I'm gonna continue working in my scenes and not just try to fit in and just be this soca DJ, because it's hard. It's hard. You gotta be really good. Yeah, so that's what I want to teach. I want to teach you from the basics, like where you can download music, how to organize your folders, however you choose. You could do it by genre, or you could do it by parties, by events, by the vibe. You could name it whatever you want. Right. So I always felt like if I was ever to be a teacher, it would be structured, but not as structured. Gotcha. I want it to be where you feel like you can kind of be yourself, do what you want, make it kind of weird, and just, you could name it like chilling in the studio. Right. Like, because I name my crazy stuff. Yeah, like it's fun, and you know what it means. That's the most important thing. So one thing that this SheJ taught me in New York as well, she made me realize that it's almost like looking at your Serato library is kind of like looking into your soul. When you know yourself. So when you know your library, you know where everything is. You know how to pull tunes, and you know like the BPMs and stuff. Like, because you practice enough, like you'll feel confident when you go out there in the world and you know what you're doing. So I was just like, damn, like the way she broke it down like that. Yeah, is like, because people don't realize that. When I get my inner world right, it reflects in the outer world. So what are we afraid of? What am I nervous for? Exactly. It's like, once I shake my nerves, I realize I'm prepared for this, because I know this. I can speak about myself. I don't need to practice this. You just know. You just tap into yourself. Right. So it was, it's just things like that is what I want to teach people, because I see a lot of DJs out here, like even a lot of friends that are just willy-nilly just playing all wild and crazy. But if we could pull it together and just tighten up a little bit, we could be even better. We could be better. We won't have our stuff crashing. They won't be everywhere. And just knowing those basics, we could really have like just really good parties. Because I feel like every time I go out, even in the past like decade, it's just like, who is playing? Why did they blend that together? Like, that's what made me want to do it, because I'm like, I would have done that. Why would I have done this? But that's what people don't understand, too. As a DJ, it's kind of hard to go out and listen to other DJs. New York, though, oh, my God. I was like, everybody's good. Like, every party, every different, like, venue was cool. So I'm just like, I went there purposely for family, but also to learn other things so I could bring it back home. Gotcha. I'm like, I felt the entrepreneur in me growing, where I wanted to be that business owner that has a building, because I don't want to see another building shut down. I just don't. When Work Release shut down, that was like my heart. I'm like, this is us. This is, you know, it's just, I'm tired of, I want longevity.
Right.
And I have this in me, this entrepreneurial spirit, and I want to also blend it with health and wellness because this is what fuels me. This is what keeps me going because in the past I've crashed out and burnt because, you know, the DJ world, you wilding out too much, you drinking, you doing drugs, and you're not sleeping, you're not eating healthy. There's no sustainability in that. So I was just like, how can I blend this together? And right now what I'm working on is two separate businesses. Truth, Peace, and Love is my health and wellness business where I make herbal tea, sea moss gel, and cold pressed juice. Okay. So my dream one day is to have a juice bar or a place like where I can fuse music and art and together. Good food and that's
every time you say all this stuff, all of that combined together just sounds like Miami to me. Right? Every time I go to Miami, it's like soca, it's good vibes, the food is good.
I wanted to move there so bad, but they're like it's so expensive, and then I love being here too. It's like home, and I don't know.
It's okay.
How can we bring
I'm
that
putting
vibe
this
here?
in the atmosphere. I'm going to just go ahead and throw an event. And, of course, I'm going to have all She J's showcasing. We're going to do this in Miami. And we're going to do it right in the Wynwood, in the art district. I want to do it right in Wynwood. I already found the stage. I already talked to the lady. Told her what I wanted to do. I'm definitely trying to do it. So. Definitely working
it's dope down there. LA is dope too. I had a really good experience there. And they received me like I felt like I was back here.
Oh yeah.
In LA.
So that's super dope when you already catching up on the vibe and they already. Yeah. I will go out there and get a few gigs and come back and see how it works. You know. Yeah. I just see big things for you. Your energy is awesome. So
thank you.
You know, I feel like energy will get you way further than any talk game. If people know you got good energy and they feel like you good people, I feel like that can get you further. So I want to thank you for coming on a Dirty Show. Let them know where they can find you at again.
You can find me at JoFroxi on Instagram, Twitter, or JoFroxi.com.
All right. Yeah. Well, y'all already know it's your girl DJ Dirty Die. Hashtag my DJ is dirty. Another episode. Out of here.
You're such a pillar and a winner. If you didn't know, now you know. DJ Dirty Die provide the ill vibe, diving deeper inside to lives of enterprise of dope minds. Blending mainstream with what's on the rise. Well known for the spins. Let this be the next on replay. My DJ is dirty. Respect the CJ. Hey.
You are now tuned in to DJ Dirty Die.